baby, 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 oh, like baby, 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 no, like baby, 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 oh, I thought you'd always be mine, mine. Buddha. When I was 13, my first love. There was nobody. Hey pals, buds, and lovelies, welcome back to Mooning and Musing with
Megan?
Hannah.
That one's for Nick.
Yeah, shout out Nick. Life sucks. Life sucks. It's miserable. Sorry. My condolences.
We didn't want to talk about it.
But we thought we should at least address it.
Yeah.
For a little bit before we try to get back into the groove.
So I'm feeling disappointed. Very disappointed.
Yeah. Extremely
Disappointed, one might say.
Yeah. It's kind of how I'm feeling so far now. After the shock of the events and the morning that I had of that week, now that it's, coming back around, it's just disappointment.
Well, a big part of the pain is the people in my life that cared about me come to find out they voted for Donald Trump. The amount of unfollows I got with, of course I was on my story berating Trump voters because it's what they deserve. And the people that, the unfollows I was getting, I was like, what were you already doing here? You saw me posting about being
there should be
gay?
No shock at all. What, of all the shit that you post on your story, too, and everything, it's what are you even doing here in the first place?
Yeah. Let me say from the bottom of my heart, I think you're a fucking if you voted for Donald Trump. I don't care who you are.
I mean that for everybody who did.
I think you're a fucking idiot.
You are a fucking idiot. And I do, we mean that for everybody who did.
And my respect dwindling. And that's that. And it sucks. And I don't care that it's divisive. Your choice to go do that was divisive. And that's where I'm at. I'm pissed. And I don't want to bring that energy here because this is supposed to be a safe space for us. So between us, we know it's disappointing. It hurts. Mm-hmm. I'm personally gonna get more obnoxious and gayer if I can. And I'm gonna be more in everybody's face about it because I'm gonna let you know
that's what you have done. I was like, is this my job now? Hurt. Am I gonna have to be obnoxious about it to everybody? Because I will now. And that's not fun.
The most sassiest, funniest people in your whole entire life, the most sassiest, funniest, most cuntiest people that you'll ever know are the ones that you went out and decided to do harm upon. Yeah. Enjoy your boring life, please, God. Oh my God. I had a TikTok that said, you gotta be a boring ass person to not be one of the demographics affected by this bullshit. And it is so true. If you would like to know who said that, I reposted it on my personal TikTok account. That's going to be Cowboy Like Me Gone on TikTok.com. Y'all got me fucked up. Anywho, Doodle, what you been mooning and musing about besides the election?
Okay.
Did you want to say more?
I mean, the only thing I will say for all the people who watch this, and I'm assuming you're in a similar boat like us with
most of us,
close people who obviously claim to be, care about you and love you, voting for Trump. I'm sorry that you're also having to deal with that. And to navigate that is difficult because it's not like there's a book that you can look at and figure out how to do that because it's, this is unprecedented, people you love, show up for the people they love. And it's I'm just not seeing it. So, yeah.
I will say on a positive note, there have been other times in history that have looked very dark and dismal. There have been bleaker times. This looks very bad, and it shouldn't look like this with how we have history books. Don't know how that fucking happened.
We seem to be really bad about learning.
Go reference our Fox News episode. We do know how it happened.
We did our job. We told you about the brainwashing.
Yeah. Can't believe that didn't solve all of our problems as a nation.
Why the fuck did our Mooning and Musing podcast episode about the brainwashing with Fox News? I don't know why that wasn't on everybody's fucking laptops, phones. I don't know why that wasn't out there.
Oh, you're so right.
I know everybody fucking watches this podcast. How were we not changing
Kamala
the world?
Harris actually used it for part of her campaign tactic.
Yeah.
Truly.
It got cut. I know you guys didn't see it, but they had to cut it out. It was too long.
But, it's been bleaker, and we have yet to see someone actually make fascism fully happen yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're really doing their darndest, but we will persevere, bitch. We will.
Yeah.
What they gonna do?
One thing about, like, any minority,
we will persevere.
You survive and you persevere and you fight through it. Like, because you just fucking have to. For some fucking reason, there's always one thing.
Aren't you so tired?
That's what I was like, hey, I'm 26 years old and I'm already exhausted. Is this what life is for people who are not a white man? Because it's even those white, like, straight women, even them, like, they're not safe. So it's like...
Let me say this, too, because I'm tired of this. The way I've seen, even on the left, people say stuff about, like, oh, I voted, like, not that they voted for Donald Trump, but that they've seen people say, like, I voted against your rights for cheaper milk. Bitch, where?
I don't, like, that doesn't...
Where did this narrative come from that Republicans handle the economy better? They fucking don't.
They make it worse.
They're better for no one except rich people. They're not going to make your milk cheaper. They're for price gouging. Like, that's the side of the spectrum that they're gouging. On. They love it. They love a free market. Bitch, God. You got me fucked up.
They're not looking out for the majority of the people in their country.
No. Republicans are not better for gas prices, milk prices, egg prices, anything. They're not better for the infrastructure of the country. They're not better for getting social services out to the people that need them. They're fucking awful unless you are a millionaire. That is the only people that they serve. And it's people that think, oh, I'm going to take the American dream. I'm going to start a business and I'm going to be a billionaire. No, you're not, stupid. First of all. Secondly, they're not...
Anyway,
I digress.
Yeah.
Y'all make me sick, but I just needed to get on that side.
Yeah.
Because even on the left, people are saying, like, cheaper milk. It's not true. I don't know how they got that narrative going that they're better for the economy, because they are not. But I digress. Now we can move on. We can talk about other things. Unless you have more to say.
Obviously, we could talk about this for the entire episode, but we did not want to do that. So...
we gave it a crisp... 6 minutes.
Yeah, and I think that's a good tight 6.
High and tight.
I would say that I'm okay with hitting a lighter topic, and it's lighter to me because honestly sometimes it seems like such a joke how some people fucking act in this show. But we watched Love is Blind.
Yeah.
And it is always so, because these are real fucking people, you know?
Like, and none of them act like what I would act like. Well, people are so interesting.
It's shocking every time. Yeah. And you know what? You can always pick out people that you're like, oh, they're definitely going to make it pretty far. They're like, there seems to be some genuine, like, mutual respect, you know, the love. Yeah. You know, you can always pick out the good ones. But then you have the people that it's like, what are you guys doing here? Yeah. Like, did you guys really think that it was just going to be like...
Well, I have such a hard time.
Got married and it was just that, dude. It's like you have to be compatible.
Yeah,
like in a lot of ways. Oh my god, the awkward.
My like, sisters came and brought the food. That's what that was.
One of my favorite things in that show is when they finally meet the people in person. Because I always, like, you can tell when some people
immediately you can tell if they have chemistry.
Yes,
right off the bat.
Yes, physical and it's chemistry. Not even if like you. You're not always vain, okay? When the physical, because, like, you can't help it. Sometimes you can't help it that your brain is not attracted to a certain type of person.
You have got to be, there has to be physical attraction.
Because for me,
unless like, you have, like, you're, like, on the asexual spectrum and, like, that's just, like, a different journey for you. Yeah. If you're a sexual being and you don't feel sexual attraction
to the one that you want to...
You can't do it.
Yeah.
And you might be able to find it, but yeah.
Yeah, dude, watching
One thing about me specifically, too, I am horrible with my face. Terrible. You can always tell. Yeah. Like, with me, if I'm, like, not feeling something.
I'd like to think that I have an okay poker face, but I think more than anything, it kind of just goes into, like, a blanket face.
And that's like, not a poker face.
It's not, because then you realize you're like, oh, this person's got a lot of stuff going underneath there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The way that I would have been like, yeah.
And the way sometimes they walk out. Y'all remember Chelsea Blackwell last season?
Oh,
do you know who I'm talking about? She's the one that said she looked like Megan Fox.
Yes.
And got
I remember.
vindicated for it on the internet. I could see it a little bit. Like, I kind of know what she kind of meant, but I would never have said that in a million years. Even if I looked just like her, I wouldn't say that.
When we said this experiment where you don't talk about your physical attribute, you do not talk about anything like that because you're trying to, love is blind. You're trying not to tell them anything about what you physically look like. It's all about what you have inside, obviously. So when you introduce that into the conversation, you are asking for them to, like, interpret you in a way that you probably didn't want to, like, dude,
you never want to oversell yourself too in that type of way.
Just don't
not that she wasn't beautiful, but like,
right
now he's picturing Megan Fox, and like, that's not what you want.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want that. Don't give him this image when it's like, do you want to be compared to Megan Fox? Like, I mean, were you even similar to her besides, like, a little bit of the looks? Like, I mean, don't even do that. Don't compare yourself to people.
Yeah.
Literally make them clear what you're about. And then they're going to, like, that's, like, what are we doing here?
This season with Love is Blind 2, I feel like it was blatantly obvious the whole time who was going to fail, too. Yeah. Like, sometimes you kind of see it go, like, a certain way. Actually, that's not completely true, because I really did think Ramses and... I love her and can never remember her name. Marissa.
I loved Marissa. Energy, vibe, how she was as a person, how communicative she was, how understanding she was. I loved it. I absolutely loved her.
You could tell she really knew herself.
She definitely was. Yeah, the journey that she put herself on, like, and she did the work for herself. Like, that is amazing. I love when you can see somebody that really was like, I'm going to make myself better for this world and for myself.
And she ended up with Ramses' stupid condom thing. Which they brought that up on the reunion. Did you get to that?
Yeah, I watched the whole reunion. And
I didn't finish it, so I'm a piece of shit. But
well, that's a bold statement.
Thank you. I appreciate you telling me that's a bold statement, not just agreeing with me. But
I never agree with you.
He had said something about the condom thing.
Yeah, I know, like, to address it, to make himself look better.
Bitch, those words came out of your mouth.
I know. And it's like, you couldn't even figure out how to word it, because wording it in any way, shape, or form, you're coming across as an asshole, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, and you sounded like an asshole.
I know how, like, especially with the podcast, not that I edited it, like, a whole lot, but, like, I just posted a clip with, like, the words out of order, and it looked like it wasn't out of order. So I was like, it's easy to, like, edit stuff. But even with context, I cannot imagine what context you could have added to that made it not shitty.
Yeah.
Like, truly. The fact that he was like, I just don't want to have sex without a condom.
Well, he was, like, talking about, like,
or with
his pleasure,
like,
it was better. And I was like, yes, obviously, sex for pleasure. Totally understand. Like, you'd want to be happy about it. I will say that your argument for that pleasure does not, like, it doesn't beat, like, that she's just, like, it just doesn't, like, the fact that he voiced it, it's like, you didn't, like, you were thinking in your head, and you, like, came to the conclusion that you should
say it out loud
and make it clear. And it was like,
he didn't seem like the type of person to think a whole lot of what he was saying through. Like, the way that she was, like I said on the last episode, the way that she was like, I don't want to be touched, and he was like, just thinking of himself and what he needed and touching her.
So
wow, that was
another thing with their relationship too I found very interesting, is like, everybody is so complex, so they deal with their own emotions and other people's emotions in different ways than their partner would. So, like, when she voiced, it made it clear that she needed a certain type of, like, space and stuff, but then he likes the physical affection. And, like, I totally understood where she was coming from with, like, sometimes you cannot give that person that, like, physical, like, connection that they need all the time, because it is draining sometimes. Like, it really is.
Especially when you're not feeling good, which is what the situation was.
And it's like, I cannot give that to you when I'm already feeling so, like, and if that was a problem already for him, like the way that he needed it a lot, I was like, dude, like, I don't know how she is, but I was like, I don't know how I would be able to step up. And every day, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
I would start getting resentful.
And then,
I would start getting mad.
And then when somebody encases me, like, literally wraps their entire arms, and they're taller than me, and I just am literally cocooned by them, I think I would overheat, and it would just, it would be not good.
It would not be good.
Don't touch somebody if they said that they didn't want to be touched.
It's that simple.
Anyway, so.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, and nays, is consent.
Yeah, hey, it's a big deal. Thank you for bringing attention to that. Yes. I loved Marissa. Ugh, Love Marissa.
She was a very kind soul.
Yeah.
I kind of didn't like her as much in the reunion, but I do need to say this piece real quick, too, for why this condom thing rubbed me so wrong.
Yeah.
Pun intended. The orgasm gap, too, like, for a man, listen, this might be a controversial take. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. But here I am.
Let's hear it.
For him to be complaining about, like, not being sexually pleased, I know you're finishing. You know what I mean? Is she finishing every time? Like, I don't know their situation, but, like...
Well, because it's specific for every couple.
If you look at, like, the majority of, like, heterosexual relationships, there is an orgasm gap between the man and the woman, right?
They literally kind of talked about it a little bit when they, in the show.
Yeah.
When, what's-her-face, Hannah
guys.
and I think Ashley were, like, literally talking about it, just about sex and how they're, just in that topic.
Yeah, so I kind of take it with a grain of salt with the amount of times that Marissa has probably, like, not completely gotten there.
Yeah.
Or, like, and I don't want to dog on Ramses like that, because I don't know Ramses like that.
I don't either.
But I'm saying, like, whenever a man gets to complaining about something like, a condom doesn't feel as good, I'm like, do you know what it's like to be a woman? Do you know what it's like to be a woman that dates men? Because we're not working with the same equipment, and one equipment is a little more complicated. It takes a little more effort. It takes a little more learning.
Yeah, it takes time. It takes a little bit of concentration. It's not just quick and easy.
So there's that too. So that kind of just put a poor taste in my mouth. So I was like, can you gain some self-awareness? Can you gain some social awareness? Can you find it in you?
And he is a person that definitely prides himself on, like, being understanding and a listener, and it was like
but I didn't see that in you.
Well, it was like with the topics that were coming up, it was like, hey, check yourself, bro.
And then the stonewalling at the reunion. Oh my god. She ate him up when she was like, and I see Ram just over there being quiet. I was like,
that was one thing about the reunions when I was, because I don't think I had ever watched, I did not keep up with Love is Blind very well, and I never really watched the reunions, but so watching one for the first time, and watching Nick and Vanessa, okay, doing their, like what do they, I feel like the producers don't even give them that much of, like, guidance either, because, like, when I see them thrown in there and, like, it's getting a little heated between two people, because I mean, some of the shit that happened on the show,
they pot stir
I would be
so
pissed.
bad.
Well, yeah, and then they'd be like, this person finished talking, and they were like, I remember that you said earlier on the episode, in this episode, blah blah blah. And it was like,
didn't they had Tan France either do the last reunion or the one before? But I liked
I know
Tan.
he did Selling Sunsets.
Did he do? They need to have Tan France do every reunion. The way that he was getting to the bottom of it,
digging
and, like,
out the dirt.
He's so emotionally intelligent too that he's good at, like, not having it be dirty. Bitch, icon. Tan France.
That reunion was also, it made me look at Love is Blind a little differently too, because I guess they do have their own little community. The way that they brought past people on there, sitting on the other side, I was like, this is interesting.
It's such a unique experience. I think that every time whenever they're like, it doesn't seem like you're taking this seriously, I was like, how is anyone taking this seriously? I could not. The way that they'd be like, you seem like you're messing around, I'd be like, I am. I'm talking to a wall all day. What do you mean? Yes, I'm here to cause havoc. You've brought the wrong bitch on this show. The way I'm getting married.
Oh, yeah. The way that I would have been like, we would have come to an agreement.
Yeah,
like,
we're not
we were
doing
like,
that.
hey, if we want to get married, we need time.
And we can date for a little bit.
Yeah.
No reason for us to go have this wedding that everyone else just had.
Yeah,
Like,
also,
no reason for us
speaking
to
of
do
that, I also would be a little annoyed. It looks like they get married, like, just about at the same place.
They do, yeah.
Right. So it's like,
It is nice, though. I'll give them that.
Some of the stuff they have.
I would also be upset about the dress situation where they have to go with all the other Love is Blind people. I get that, but, like,
it's like
I've
you're
been thinking about this my
compromising
whole
on a
life.
lot of stuff for the, because you wanted to do it on the show.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know.
And they just bring, like, 2 people from their own families.
That's another thing with that support system. You just not this whole experience is, like, pretty fucking wacky.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not like a very, like, solid person on your own,
Very self-assured.
yeah, if you're not, then you're gonna waver, like, so much.
There's a lot of stuff to talk about with it. Like, the stuff with, God, who does Hannah with?
Nick.
Nick and Hannah.
That
He
relationship.
bullied him, bro.
Okay, so
I don't feel like he deserved all that. I really don't.
I don't know. We obviously don't know the whole story. And, like, I'm sure Nick has his own issues, like we all do. I will say it's like, and like they talked about it on the reunion, but like before we even get to the reunion, just watching their relationship, it did make me like, I was like, I felt so uncomfortable because I have been like around people who are kind of like Hannah, and it like sometimes you can handle that and sometimes you can't. Like that is like overwhelming when somebody is.
Well, she never had a single nice thing to say about him, and like that's fine. If she's not into him, that is fine. I don't know why she went so far.
Say something though, like, but do you think like she would add something and then he would like agree, but then it was like, well, then you're like, it's like a. You know, it just... You two were not vibing, and you should have just broken up quicker instead of bullying. Well, it's like, we don't, like, let's not... We don't have to fake it.
Yeah.
Like, let's at least respect each other enough not to fucking fake it.
And then them getting on him, too, and, like, this is the thing with the Love is Blind thing, is, like, it is an experiment, and maybe love isn't blind. Yeah. So when everybody was like, Nick, did you say you weren't attracted to Hannah? It's okay for him to not be attracted to Hannah. Like, that's okay for him to have gotten to her and not been attracted to her. Should he have kept going?
Agree.
No.
No,
should he be getting shit for not having physical chemistry with someone? Chemistry with someone?
Well,
no.
Well, and I will also say, obviously, Hannah still has, I don't know her, but it's pretty clear that she still has major body issues with herself.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was also coming to surface where she was taking it as because he wasn't physically attractive, she was like shaming herself.
And I feel like he did do a good job of trying to make her feel
reassure her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And it was very clear that she wasn't like, feeling that way.
He wasn't being like horrible to you. Now, did he say some stuff behind her back? I'm sure he fucking did.
Well, he did some very like the stuff with the duck thing. Oh my god,
bro,
the bouncing on the duck.
Well,
I was like, get off that duck, brother. What are we doing? Go ahead, get off the duck. I mean,
yeah, theirs was
rough.
That one was
rough
like,
watch.
I could not stand when they would pop up on my screen. Even more so, who I could not stand when they popped up on my screen was, oh my god, what's his fucking name? Oh, the fucking sleep guy. Sleep test guy. If that's not ringing any bells.
The redhead?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Steven and I forgot her name.
Don't know.
Yeah. And I'm not
her
just
flowers. She needed those flowers so bad.
That's what I'm saying. That's actually what I want to talk about more than anything. It's not even what happened with him. Sorry to her, but like, hey, are you well? What's wrong? What dream did she give herself where it's like, she like created this fantasy in her life, or for her life, and needed flowers so fucking bad. Like, what she pictured a perfect relationship, and she was like, he's always getting flowers for this woman, and it's like, this is what I need. I don't know why she was so set on it. The amount of times that woman said the word flowers in one episode, that drove me crazy.
That also killed me extra, because they were on vacation. Like, that was like the vacation portion, and I was like, y'all are doing so much fun shit. Well, when do you expect him to separate from you, go get the flowers, and bring them back?
Not even just that. I wouldn't even expect anything while I was in Mexico, or even when we're in a new
getting to know each other and, like, still, like in person.
You don't need to give me the gifts, and even if my like top love language was like gift giving,
and hers very clearly was.
Yes,
I think she said as much.
I would be like, I can wait for that.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many things that were happening in such a short span of time. I wouldn't have, like, no. And then the little date he did, the pressed flowers and stuff like that. And I was like,
cute,
come on.
Actually. And then he like kind of cheated.
And then he was like a dummy head. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't agree with them kink shaming him though. Like, they gave him so much shit for like, that's disgusting. And I was like,
oh no, I don't agree with the kink shaming at all.
Well, that probably should have been something, and maybe they did, but they should have discussed that in the pods. If you have like extreme sexual fantasies, that's something you tell the person you're marrying.
It is, because I'm assuming you're having sex with this person you're marrying. So
assuming
your partner, your sex partner,
they didn't say what the kink was either for me to even like have an opinion on it. But like, I don't know. I don't believe in kink shaming, but I do believe that should have been disclosed if that was a thing.
Yeah,
should I have a little chat about that? Maybe.
Yeah.
But it's hard, like, that's why the chemistry thing is difficult, because when you're talking through a wall, it's hard to have those kind of conversations, isn't it? So
the back and forth isn't as smooth as you would like, and I'm sure sometimes too, because you can't fucking see them.
I feel like I kind of know what it feels like now with the dating apps, which y'all have been messaging, asking about. There's
all
not
I can
much
tell
of an
you,
update.
is I fucking hate it. That's all I can tell you. I fucking hate it.
Yeah. They're not that fun, y'all.
No.
And y'all were right. It takes a long time. I also don't want y'all to be disappointed. Like, I see y'all getting we're both bisexual. There is still a chance that one or both of us ends up with men. So I just don't want y'all to get too attached.
Yeah. I'm not like being super active of seeking it out, but remember, we are open to all genders. So I don't know.
I've been finding myself feeling pressured to like try harder with women because of y'all. So be sweet to me. But yeah, that's been a journey for me, figuring all that out. It is very different talking to women than it is men. It is a very different dynamic. And I do like them. I feel very assured quicker in my queerness with talking to women, but it is different. Definitely different.
Do you want to, can you?
Do you want me to elaborate?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so I don't know how much of this... So the dating apps have made me think a lot about, like, gender dynamics, because I feel like dating men, I don't know how much of this, like, this isn't, like, a slight to any of my exes, but, like, because this might just be me, but I feel pressured to act a certain way within my gender when in a relationship with a man. So, and I've always been kind of a tomboyish girl, you know what I mean? So I feel like I catch myself, like, raising my voice when I talk to men, or, like, catching myself be, like, smaller. Making myself smaller.
Dainty.
Yeah. Or, like, not saying as much as I want to say.
Yeah.
So it's been...
Dialing yourself back.
Yeah.
To, watering like, not yourself down a little bit almost. Yeah, because
it's like a game. So much flavor. And I don't even know if they're doing that to me, or if that's just me, like, society has done that to me, rather than it being on a personal level.
Like, that's how you should approach that relationship.
So I've been trying to kind of not let myself do that when I'm talking to men, where I'm trying to, like, just give myself...
Yourself.
As much as I can, and just if they don't like that, then they can go, because that's the way it should be, right? Like,
yeah, you shouldn't be, like, obviously you compromise with relationships occasionally, but for yourself and how you are, you definitely should not be changing.
Well, from the absolute jump, your best policy is just to be honest about who you are. Yeah. Honestly. Even though that is sometimes difficult.
It's scary.
It is scary. It's vulnerable. Yeah. To not, like, wear a mask with people.
And it sucks when it doesn't work out with somebody. Yeah, but it's like, don't you feel so much better when you are just being 100% yourself? Yeah. Because, like, someone will appreciate that and want that. It just takes time. Yeah. It literally just takes time. No, I just know that that's true.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what Drew's book talked about a little bit, is, like, love yourself enough to be okay with yourself if nobody's going to love you the way that you deserve to be loved.
Yeah. Like, for fucking
sure. And I've been trying to really take that to heart, but it's hard for me because I have, this has also been teaching me a lot about my attachment styles. I'm just going to talk about it.
Well, that's why I asked you to,
I had, I talked to this one guy for, like, 5 days, and, like, he just rejected me, didn't want me. And that has been my hardest thing to overcome in this, like, dating process. And I think it's because I have such, like, an anxious attachment style that the rejection was like, oh, sick in the head.
Next level.
Oh my God. But yeah, there's been other people I've been talking to. Nothing, like, serious, really. That serious, though. But, like, nothing, like, super heavy. Yeah. So I've kind of just been taking it as, like, a way to hone in my social skills as well, because I've been out of the game for so long. Our job requires us to be such loners that I feel like I have forgotten how to, like, truly talk to people. So
and that is also different, talking to people, than it is texting people, though. Yeah. Like, the messaging is
talking to people in person.
I am not... My social battery is shot, like, so fucking quickly, but I am a little bit better in person because I can, like, the charismatic,
vibes come across,
like, that's much easier in person. I can do it over messaging, but it's like, then again, it's like,
it takes a lot more work.
They're not reading the tone correctly because they don't know you in person as well.
And you have to say more to, like, get your vibe across than you would with, like, social cues and, like, the way that, like, body... the way you communicate with your body language, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah. Damn, the way you communicate with your body, that was kind of cunty of me. But, Anyway, yeah, you have to say more words and like put like weird punctuation and emojis and stuff to like be like, this is like my zest.
Yeah.
Whereas in real life, you could just say your words and then be like,
yeah, add a little flavor with your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss meeting people in real life. I miss forced proximity. That's what I miss.
Oh, I miss it and I hate it, actually.
I love like a romance novel that's like forced proximity. Like we have to stay in the same room together.
Oh, I fucking hate that shit up.
I know.
You know when you're reading a book and it gets to the part where it's like, what are the odds? And it was like,
I know. One. And they get to the hotel room and it's one bed.
Oh, give me it. Give me it. I want it. Give me it and I want it now.
Oh. Feyre and Rhysand. And he left his wings out.
I'll get there. I decided with the holidays coming up, I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to try and do it. And I think Megan has some physical copies. Well, I don't know all of the series. So I was going to do, I think A Court of Thorns and Roses. So I was like, I'm going to, whether I want to or not, I'm going to force my brain to like stick with it. She's fucking floating. That would be crazy if you just lifted out of the seat. So,
turn it up.
Name the song, guys. They probably won't. I don't think it became you want to know. It's Lizzo. But I am gonna start Court of Thorns and Roses, and I'll see if I can get through that. And then I know there were the other series. Yeah, sure. Yeah. So I'll try and do that. Not just for like society, just to feel one with everybody else, but
specifically for Megan.
Give me some, sure, you too, but I was like, I do want some spice, and it's like, it's not fucking happening. No offense to every person out there on those dating apps, but it's like, my brain must be wired a different way. It's hard, though,
because if they come right out with spice, that's too much.
But it's not just spice, Megan. It's like, why are you not... Like, the amount of times that I have been asking questions and, like, trying to understand how they are as a person and what they're into, and it's like they respond, it's a back and forth for a second, and then I end on something, but then they don't follow it up with a question back to me. And it's like, I'm not, like, I can't do it. Like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, when it's texting like that, I won't be persistent and, like, send another text right after one. It's like, no, my brain will not let me. If they're not going to give me a question, then they done lost me completely. Yeah. And I feel bad, but I also don't.
Because you heard it here, folks. You heard it here first. If you're here watching this from one of the dating apps, stop.
Yeah. I don't know.
I have told at least 3 people about this.
That's another thing. I haven't even gotten to that point. I thought the next time I did match with somebody, I would be like, you know what, before we even start talking, here's my fucking podcast. Let me know if you actually want to talk to me. Bye.
Yeah. That's been like, because I don't know if I want them to watch it or not.
I don't know if I want them either, but then it gives me
it would get you to learn me right away and know if you vibe with me, but also immediately. All of my air of mystery gone. Like, there's family lore on here and everything. Like, you know a lot about me.
Not enough of the family lore to just get rid of the mystery. More, yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's so much that we're not going to talk about on the podcast because that is not for public ears. That is not for people to understand the dynamics. So there you go. There's some more mystery.
We're so mysterious, you guys. Can you tell?
Ooh, yeah.
But the dating apps are not that fun. I thought it was going to be really fun.
I had to force myself to get on, to do a couple swipes to make sure I'm still, like, doing something. And it's fucking annoying, to be honest.
It's also like, Little Kentucky, fish.
Yeah,
fish,
I don't care how you fucking identify.
Dog.
I actually, when I see, no matter who you are, when I see them holding a fish, I am a person that swipes left. It's like, look, you can totally go fishing all you want. You're just not ever going to be hanging out with me.
So, like, as a person who's a serious connoisseur of floating on a body of water.
Oh, yeah, you are.
I love floating on a body of water. Yeah. I would love fishing without the fishing. Just sit on the boat with me and listen to tunes. Why do we need the pole? Why do we need to fish?
Yeah.
Why do we need to fish? And if we are going to fish, we could do it with a net and get, like, maybe a turtle.
Look at this,
maybe see the turtle, just
put it right back in the water.
Yeah, put it back.
Baby. Yeah.
Nobody's hurt.
I love when they put
turtles
them back
maybe a little confused, but nobody's hurt.
Yeah, well, they got a new experience. They can go back home and tell people about what happened. Yeah.
Or a frog. You see a little frog.
Yeah, I would enjoy that.
Yeah.
Just putting them back. Yeah.
Slippy. Use a friend.
Slippy.
I have a pet frog. Have I ever brought Slippy up on this podcast?
I don't know. Maybe we may have put a picture.
Slippy. I named him Slippy because he's slippery.
He's pretty fucking cute.
Love that and hate that. So there's our dating app update you guys have been asking about. There's not much. I'm not going to tell you all about my prospects because that's my business.
Yeah.
You guys will hear about the prospects at a later time.
If they are like a...
If they stick around.
If we discussed prospects on the podcast, it's because there's a strong chance, and they're like ahead in the game right now. There would be no reason for me to talk about somebody on this podcast unless they really like was a really serious. It was
very serious. Yeah. So we'll keep y'all updated on how that's going, but it's probably going to be a similar update for like a while.
Pretty much.
Unless something amazing happens. Something amazing, I guess. Name the movie.
I don't know. Something amazing, I guess, dude. That kid is so cute. And I understand. I also would have been waiting for something amazing to happen, too.
That's pretty much every day of my life.
I'm waiting for something amazing to happen.
On a little tricycle.
Fuck, I love tricycles.
Amazing.
What are we at? What time?
I would like a boring 36. I would like a boring day as well because I'm tired of waking up and seeing just tragedy on my phone.
Big fucking news, yeah, just big news all the fucking time.
I'm a little too amazed actually. Give me some good amazement. Anyway, good amazement. What do you think I'm about to say? No,
what
that'll come up later. Halsey's new album.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah.
Fucking good. She did such a good job on that album.
Well, yeah. I love that album. It's like when an artist, and Halsey's an artist, not just a musician. When an artist like tackles a art project, and like the way that I love calling it the Great Impersonator because you truly
she knew what she was doing.
Like,
she really did the thing.
Yeah, dude, and like taking my notes and like looking who the song that she wrote was like is inspired by. The vibes were like, and it was fun going back and forth and like seeing.
And the visuals.
Yeah.
Oh. She knew she had bitches with ADHD.
Well,
she knew we needed the whole picture.
That's why I like when people like literally treat it like an art project. Like the work that was put into this, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
It's kind of heavy for me to like sit and listen to a lot, but that's one of the things that's so amazing about it. So like I don't know what she was sick with, but she's made like kind of clear. Excuse me. Anyway, she's made kind of clear. I have a snot problem. She's made kind of clear that she was dying or like she had a terminal illness. I'm assuming she's healed from that. I very much hope so. That would be awful.
Yeah.
And she has that kid and she just got engaged, so that would suck.
She just got engaged?
Yeah.
I didn't know they got engaged.
To Beck.
Well, I knew they were dating. I didn't think
engaged.
that they were gonna.
I think she talked about it on Call Her Daddy. We should probably watch that podcast considering we are podcasters.
Yeah.
We'll get on that. Anyway. Lost my train of thought. Really, really, really liked Lonely is the Muse. Based on like just the sonics right away.
Yeah.
That song 8. I also really like Nightmare and Experiment on Me by her, like her like really rock songs. But the way that she did kind of impersonate these artists she was inspired by.
That was so cool.
Yes. Like I could tell the Stevie Nicks one was Stevie Nicks right away.
Right when the drums started, like right when that, like immediately I was like, oh, take me back in time.
Yeah.
Like truly.
The one that she did that was impersonating, I think the song was called The Great Impersonator. The Bjork?
Yeah.
BJORK.
Yeah, the way that she did the...
I ate that up. And I don't even know, like, I haven't listened to that artist originally, but I'm going to go check them out because I liked that song.
Because that was awesome.
Yeah, and I've heard of them, so I know that they're kind of an icon.
Ego.
That, who was that one supposed to be based on?
I don't remember. My notes are gone.
Some of them I didn't know. Like, that one might have been PJ Harvey. I don't know who that is either. So it's getting me to like go look at these past women as well.
I did know of PJ Harvey. I had at least heard
listen to music
one or two songs.
Is it a band? Like, are they in a band?
I know the lead singer is... If it's a band, the lead singer is a woman.
And then the Cranberries one. Is that PJ Harvey?
Yeah, see, it just has a woman. It doesn't even show a band in the picture. So
okay. Well, I knew PJ Harvey probably wasn't in a band, but I didn't know if she was in a band.
It just shows her, so I think so it's like it's PJ Harvey. Like,
so she's giving us a little bit of like a music history lesson. She's processing her grief of herself.
Yeah,
in a very artistic, beautiful way. I forgot what my first point was, but you get it. You guys should listen to that album. It's so good. And look at the visuals.
I think of it like the project. How beautiful it was. Like the Letter to Gods were really good too. Yeah. Like the additions of those into the album was like really, really, like really good. There's another one. I fucked with the Darwinism. I like that one a lot. I loved every single one of the songs on here. I really did. Yeah. There wasn't one that I didn't really fuck with, but
I like the Maryland one too. Loneliest Girl in LA. Is that what it was?
Only living girl in LA. Jesus.
Close.
Yeah.
Similar vibes.
Yeah, I really like I Never Loved You. That one was good. I like that she called it I Never Loved You, even though that wasn't really the message. I don't have a lot of words to say. My notes, guys, they're gone.
That was a dark day in the Mooning and Musing universe.
Yeah. As in, like, I don't have those quotes anymore, so...
And that wasn't even the biggest loss.
Yeah, like, I treated the notes app like my journal to everything. It was my grocery list, it was the notes, it was the quotes that people said. I had written journal entries, diary entries, or whatever, letters to people that I hadn't fully decided if I was going to send type vibe thing, you know? My entire fucking life was in my notes app.
Do y'all remember in Little Women when Amy throws the novel? That's how I feel.
Yeah, my phone hates me. And I felt like I just lost all of my entire being.
You should have seen us when that happened. Hannah opened her notes to put a quote from me in there. So that's a single quote now, isn't it?
Yeah. There's only one fucking quote.
She looked up at me I was sitting in the recliner right over there. This is where it happened.
Yeah, I was sitting right here.
And Hannah said, dude, my notes are all gone. And I cracked up. Because, like, at this point, what else can we do?
Yeah, I was like, of
course. we both were like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, for real?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. It's all gone. Literally, it's all gone. Yeah. Left hysterically. And teared up. Didn't feel good. It's been a rough week. And I know, like, the blank, like, election is the blanket. And then it just seems like all these little things are just not going right.
Yep.
So... Yeah.
Sorry, guys. We were going to hop on here and thought we were going to be like a little blip of light, but hopefully you can laugh with us about this shit.
I hope you guys can, yeah.
Because goddamn, ain't it ridiculous?
If we're not laughing, then what else are we doing?
If it's nothing else,
crying.
It's ridiculous. It's absurd.
Yeah.
I can't believe the arguments I've had this week.
And like maybe it's a little early, but I think November. The word of the year for me, I'm going to say, is ridiculous. That's the word I'm using.
Here's some good news. SGN. Some good news.
Yeah.
The day this comes out, my birthday is the next day. I will be 26 years old.
And then we're even.
Yeah. We'll be the same age again. Yeah. And then she'll turn 27, and then I'll catch you that November.
Yeah.
Thank you for the edit, by the way, Moon fans. Love you.
That was sweet. A birthday edit is extremely sweet. Yeah.
Hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
Also, Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking nice. I never finished season 1, and Megan had gotten caught on it and bought season 2 because they didn't have it on Netflix or whatever.
Yeah.
But and I didn't know, but there's supposed to be a season 3 coming out next year, so that'll be fun. I really enjoy it.
It's a very good show. Yeah. That's one of those shows. So I like a show that's going to give me everything.
Like the sauciness.
So I want to laugh. I want to see romance. I want to think about something that I don't get to think about a ton.
Yeah.
And to me, that's like a perfect show. The Haunting of Hill House series, all of those are very good at that.
Love those. Love those.
All the Studio Ghibli movies are also really good at that. So like this is kind of the caliber I'm putting these in for myself.
Big category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this show, first of all, the concept of living forever really makes me think hard because immediately the ethics of everything is going to get very different.
Yeah.
And whenever your body is that durable, so like you have to look at like abuse differently, or do you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like the way that they were like hitting on each other, I was like, yeah, but like there's no real risk there. You know what I mean? Except for like emotional.
Yeah.
But at that point, you experience so much trauma in not even decades, centuries of living. Is trauma even real to you anymore? Like, you get so desensitized, and then what is that? Can you still be a good person?
How desensitized they get, with certain traumas is very fascinating. I guess you could say.
And then the way that they treat people like cattle, and then it's like we treat cattle like cattle. So it's like, what's the ethics of that?
Yeah. There's like levels to this.
So you have to think about all of that type of stuff. Yeah. And then on top of that, you have all these sassy ass people like Lestat, sassy, Armand, sassy, Louis, sassy, Claudia, sassiest. I love all of them. You get the queer romance. You get, like, the full send queer romance, too. Yeah. And, like, the way that they would get, I would forget that, like, homophobia existed. So there's, like, a scene where they're, like, dancing and people are getting pressed. And I was like, that's right.
Yeah, people and, like, still give a fuck about this. Too, on the dance floor. And, you know, and it was...
And he said, like, that night was, like, they had committed heinous crimes that went down in history. Yeah. And he was like, the only thing they didn't write about was me and Lestat kissing. Left that part out. He said the only part too heinous to talk about was the boy kiss.
We can't talk about that.
Yeah. Oh, that show is so good. It's so thought-provoking.
The yearning. Yeah.
And there's yearning.
Yeah, the yearning is really nice.
I love a yearner. That's the problem with dating apps is nobody wants to yearn anymore. Got me pissed off. Ooh. I'm allergic to the lack of yearning.
Well, like,
y'all got me.
Why is like what's?
So you know the best makeout spaces then.
What like? That one's gonna stay with you
forever because all I wanted to know was whales. What? How are you gonna say I talked about whales too much? I'm like, tell me about the whales, and he's like, kiss.
Well, it's like there's no way you were talking about whales if your brain is on the best makeout spots.
Yeah, you're a liar. Actually,
yeah, you are a fucking liar.
I don't even remember that man's name. Goodbye. Good riddance. Goodbye and good riddance. I hope the whale flips your boat. No, I don't.
The whales are fucking scary.
That'd be kind of cool.
I would not like that.
Nobody would like to be flipped in the water by a whale.
I wouldn't like to be flipped in the water, period.
Noted.
Yeah. What?
I was going to use my big whale ass to flip your boat. So what do you mean? It's like not even funny.
No, it's just when you said my big whale ass, I did think that was funny.
Did you picture me as a mermaid, but my bottom half was a whale?
No.
Can you imagine a mermaid, but it's an orca, not an orca. Ooh, but it's a humpback whale mermaid. Can you imagine the titties would be giant?
Why are we not doing that? Hey, why is there not more of the?
Yeah. We're talking about a siren taking down a pirate ship.
Yeah, she gonna have big titties.
Whew. I'd jump in.
I know, the hands like the... Yeah. I still need to finish Interview with the Vampire.
And you will.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's what we got going on, y'all. I don't really have... You got anything else?
No. Oh, well, we're going to Casey Musgrave's concert.
That's right.
Tomorrow. So I was tackling her new album, Deeper Well, a little bit more. When I had first listened to it, it wasn't one of those albums where it was so, moving to me immediately. But on
celebrities get on these peace arches. Like, Lorde did it. Love Lorde's album. I also like Deeper Well. But, it's easier for you to find yourself when you're not poor.
Yeah.
So I kind of had a hard time. Well, being like, I'm so glad you know peace. Yeah. Personally, I'm still worried about abortion.
Yes. Well, that's why. So, her album I've listened to it quite a few times now, and it has really grown on me, and it's very good. And I can understand why she's gotten to certain points in her life compared to me. In the album, it literally, she said, I turned 27 or something like that. So we're not that far off from her with age and stuff like that. But our experiences are so different. So I always find that interesting listening to artists with Halsey. Halsey's not that much older than us, just a few years. So it's it is fascinating.
The lives they've lived.
Truly.
I don't know.
Truly.
I think that there is ways for us to find ways to live a peaceful and fulfilled life. But there is something to be said about having access to resources, making it obviously your life is going to be a different path.
Yeah.
And neither one of us really even has it that bad. So people have it worse than us. Yeah. And I have a very hard time not thinking about that constantly. and how much better things to be for everybody.
Yep.
Yeah. Constantly. So dismal times this week. Sorry, guys.
I hope it at least was a little upbeat. Like,
I think it was.
I tried to give it my all.
And if it wasn't, hey, that's
this
is
how
me
Sue sees trying, dude. And that's how you're gonna feel about it. So
yeah. Thank you for voting. If you did, we'll have another nonprofit probably by the next time we're here.
Hey guys,
it's time to lock in.
Stay
and,
safe out there.
Yep.
Be smart.
We're gonna rally.
Yeah.
We're gonna do what we can. We're gonna get more obnoxious.
Yeah.
We're gonna find a nonprofit, and next week we won't be so dismal.
No.
We will have time to have recovered.
Well, next week. In 2 weeks. Pardon.
Yes, 2 weeks. And I'm personally going to turn into more of a bully to Trump supporters. I actually think that that's what they need. I have tried going, like, the more peaceful path because I live in Kentucky, but at this point, get fucked. So, I'm prepared for that smoke. Truly prepared for the smoke.
Megan's prepared for the smoke. I'm not looking forward to the smoke, but I know the smoke is there. Yeah,
I personally thrive in confrontation, so don't test me.
Yeah.
Or do.
No,
find
I'm
out.
sure plenty of people will want to test Megan. And you know what? I can't wait to watch it.
Yep.
So, I'm going to have popcorn.
Or do and find out. What's she getting?
I thought she,
Ellie is being bad.
Okay, I didn't even touch her. So
anyway,
let that be known.
All right. Do you want to do your quote that you found?
Oh, yeah. So, guys, because I'm out of fucking quotes altogether, I was going to do the one that we did, but it wasn't, no offense.
Wasn't that good?
It wasn't good enough for a pod.
Okay.
So I decided.
I don't even know what it was. I'm going to have to see that after.
I'll to decide like how you feel about it. I just picked a Brittany Broski quote. And it was kind of hard finding that because she just says a lot of funny shit, but she's not a person that I can like quote just a snippet. It's more like she's
a funny bitch.
Funny. So it's, yeah. So I picked, this is what she said here. Okay. I just got done pooping, okay? Because I bodied a chicken salad sandwich. And that, she had said that, like, coming onto the podcast. Just got done pooping, okay? Yeah, so.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Bodied a chicken salad sandwich.
The use of the word bodied.
Yeah. I thought that was, yeah. So I was like, no duh, she had to go poopy.
Yeah. Chicken salad will do it
Anytime I body anything, yeah.
All right. That'll do it for us this week.
Yeah.
We will see you all in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We will keep you updated. My chocolate. We will keep you updated, and we're going back to the 1 week. It'll probably be, honestly, after the new year, though.
Stop.
So prepare yourselves for that.
Toodles.